Hello everybody. Are we energised? Are we ready? So I'm Jodie Hill, I'm the Managing Partner of Thrive Law, and I'm going to share a story today about how I launched my firm. I want you to hopefully take away some key points about how to build a thriving culture. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about the breakdown to breakthrough. So if I had told myself 8 years ago that I would be stood on a stage talking to anybody about a thriving culture, quite frankly, I would have just laughed in your face with disbelief, because back then I had crippling anxiety, PTSD. I was in a workplace that was such a toxic culture that the compound effect resulted in me having a complete mental breakdown and leaving my job. And not only did I leave my job, I actually considered leaving my career because I thought I was a pretty shit lawyer. Sorry, am I allowed to swear? A pretty shit lawyer. Because the way that my mental health had made me feel, combined with the culture, almost gave me the evidence that I wasn't good enough. Luckily, I didn't leave the profession. I'm still here, you probably gathered, with my current role. However, it took me on a bit of a journey because whilst I left my job and removed the trigger of the toxic culture, I created a new trigger, which was the financial issues of how the hell am I going to pay my mortgage? And let's be honest, when you've trained to be a lawyer, all you know is how to be a lawyer. So I started working as a consultant for a couple of firms, and that's where I found the breakthrough. That is where I realised if I work when and where I want and work around my anxiety, that's when I'll thrive. And I realised there wasn't a law firm that actually created a culture in that way. I was applying for jobs places and something inside of me was going, don't do it, you're going to end up having another breakdown. So actually, in a moment of madness, after you've had a breakdown, that's what you do, is you set up your own law firm, because you then create more stress for yourself. But the reality was I was on a mission at that point, and I wanted to create a firm that embedded the values around ED&I, embedded the values of well-being, got rid of things like billable hours, and practice what we preach as leaders.